you love any of the others?
What others? Like other girlfriends? Like, what are we talking about?
No.
I got questions. Y'all know I'm slow. I got questions. Huh? Is she talking about past or is she talking about present? Hey Citizen Angels, welcome back to my channel. We're getting into Selma today, so tune in, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. And no, my opinion is my opinion. Your opinion is yours. They do not need to be the same, but let's be respectful down in the comment section. If y'all want to suggest something for our Sunday suggestions, make sure you are liking the channel and subscribing to the channel. Alright, I need to see some type of support up in this thing, because y'all definitely be suggesting, but how y'all gonna see it if y'all not following? So, make sure y'all subscribe. We just did Scream. That was a suggestion. We're going to do Scream 2 as soon as that video gets 30 likes. So, make sure y'all stay tuned. Alright? Let's go. I'm going to need to get me a little snack because your girl's going to be hungry. This is a 2-hour movie. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. What's y'all go-to snack? Bump a snack. I need a meal. It's Sunday. We need a meal.
For our lost ones, whose deaths pave our path.
The interesting part is that he became one of those deaths that paved our paths. And who knows what he knew. Honestly, God will sometimes let people in on, the plan for their life, so who knows, but oof.
Perfect.
They're so cute. They really portray their relationship as like one of the top tier, like, you know what I mean? I hope it's real. Because, some people show themselves away and it ain't really that way. I don't think that's what they're doing, but I'm just saying. Like, you'd be surprised.
Undeterred hero for justice. The
way that Martin was just sitting up on that daggone stage is how Martin used to be sitting. Oh, my gosh. Woo. Well, all right. We in for a long road.
Your hair wet up. I got my hair pressed that same morning. It was wasted as soon as I hit the water.
Kids are so innocent and sweet. Oh my gosh. She said as soon as I hit that water. Y'all, I tried to watch this movie in like 2020 for the first time. And after I saw that, I said, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna need a break. I couldn't do it. Like, that was just, it's so real. It's so real, and it makes you feel it, and you have to, because you can't dampen stuff like that. You need to feel that. You need to understand that really happened. You need to understand how that feels. You need to be uncomfortable with it. So I respect it, but the first time I saw it, oh baby, I said, oh no, we're gonna have to try and watch Selma another time. Because today ain't the day. Is that like a cross? I could be wrong. Because I'm also slow, so I don't be catching on to stuff fast. But it looked like that was a cross. I don't really know too much about Black history when it comes to names outside of like the pillars. And that's not like a good thing. I'm just being honest and transparent. So, I wonder who Annie Lee Cooper is, or if she was just a character in this film. And I'm sure I'll look it up. I like to look up things when they're historical or real, whatever it is. I'm history buff, but I have to be interested. I have to have my interest piqued. I don't just go looking for stuff.
Establish justice. Ensure domestic tranquility.
Did y'all learn this in school? I learned this in school. Like, we had to memorize it. And the Constitution. gotta be real spiritual to deal with stuff like this. You gotta really be able to sit and be like, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Because as far as I'm concerned, people be making you want to pop them upside the head. They just, like how much can you take?
What he needs to do is get on board with what we're doing instead of the other way around, for once.
I wonder if people can hear their privilege. I think the problem is that they can't. Cause that really was the mentality at that time, and you don't see nothing wrong. You don't.
Legal denial of blacks seeking to vote, and we want robust enforcement.
What's the argument to that? Like, what's the argument to no?
What the next battle should be?
The eradication of poverty.
So because blacks are still fighting the war of integration, which is also a part of these voting rights, instead of work on that, we gonna work on poverty. A poverty of which a lot of black people had because they were unable to get land, kicked out whenever they made that law. They were not given any reparations. The reparations were given to the slavers instead of to the black people. And now there's poverty.
You can't serve on a jury unless you are registered to vote.
Come right back around, don't it? But can't nobody see that but Malcolm. I mean Martin. Jesus.
Selma it is.
So it seems like the goal was to try and get something done in Washington, and if that didn't happen, okay, next step is just to do this. Which is a very good plan, not just, going to Washington and then doing this and then doing that, but having already thought about a plan. Like, what is the goal? What are all the options? And let's put these in order so that we can actually see some growth, even though it seems as though we're not growing. Okay, look. From me to you, I'm putting a lot of effort into this channel. I need some of y'all to subscribe. Subscribe. Take a couple seconds. Subscribe. I mean, we're here. We're literally here right now. You see me talking. You can unsubscribe. Like, it's free. Just subscribe and then unsubscribe later. I have so much content coming on. I have you in mind. Just subscribe. Just subscribe. For me. If you love Jesus, subscribe. If you don't love Jesus, subscribe. But subscribe. Okay, back to the show.
Decent looking place to die, though.
So morbid. I have morbid humor like that too. What is an agitator? Because agitator just sounds like you're trying to get on my nerves. You know what I mean? And let's get on the white man's nerves in this context.
Sister Boynton?
Mr. Orange?
It could just be me, but these white people, these white actors look very white. Like the stereotypical white that you would think a white person looked at this time and age that's not young. That's how they all look.
Of course.
The devil be sucker punch from people like that. Like, you think you're about to go into something pleasant, nice, something, wolf in sheep clothing type, just to get sucker punched in the face. It's crazy.
Shut men with power down permanently.
Why are people so evil, yo? Like, this is so frustrating. This is so frustrating. Like, it's kind of like you can know evil happens, but when you see it or when you actually see it in action, it's like I go throughout my day not thinking about how I can tear somebody else down. Is that not common? What the heck?
dismantle the family.
So I can't get you. Can't directly kill you yet. So I'm gonna attack your family. So that you can leave us alone. Like, really? It's crazy.
Let's see.
Look at her blender in the back. I bet it don't be breaking. Y'all get these blenders these days always leaking out the bottom. Always like ain't nobody figured out how to get a blender that don't break. Like, why do 50 out of 100 of these blenders be breaking? It don't matter how expensive it is. You know, you can really only imagine how scary this stuff really is. You can sense the danger, but unless you're actually going through something, it's difficult to really gauge the day-to-day feelings. That's a good song. That's a good song. That's a good song. I don't take requests. People be asking me to sing, but not because they actually need something. Like, if you actually needed something, like support or encouragement, then of course. But just, girl, sing, because I know you can sing. To entertain you? No, thank you. I'm not interested in being a source of entertainment for someone that I'm not with or that actually needs something from me. No thanks.
Hey, man, you got two of them named James.
Oh, you can call me Jim, sister.
And orange is fine with me, man.
Oh, big.
This is so realistic. Oh, I love when movies actually show the realism of relationship in the black community. Because it's also kind of like, I know you ain't bring all these people and ain't even tell me, give me no kind of heads up. I don't know if I've made enough. Oh my gosh. Y'all all up over my house.
Townfolk may be happy to see us, but SNCC, they feel we're in their territory.
I haven't heard about SNCC or SNCC. I have to look them up and see information about them. I really got to educate myself more on this stuff because I just didn't. We know the education system in America.
And determine their own destiny as human beings.
Seems so common. We see him. We gonna do Judas the Black Messiah next. So stay tuned. Subscribe to this channel.
That have gone before us say, no more. No more.
I should really look at more of his speeches because I haven't seen many of his speeches. Of course, you know, we know the famous speech that was done at the Capitol, but I haven't heard his regular church speeches. That wasn't something that was going on in my household like that, you know. Was this time period something that was talked about a lot in your family? I think that it's so interesting how, and it could be the generation I'm in too, because I was the youngest in the house. But I didn't hear about any of this. Like, it wasn't a formal conversation. Every now and then I would hear something from my mom about certain things that she would experience, like in school, in terms of, you know, getting grades that she didn't deserve, things of that sort, because she was in National Honor Society. And, but that was in college and at a school that was pretty but I didn't hear about much of this stuff outside of, you know, my grandma saying Rosa wasn't the only one doing what she was. And she wasn't. Just like Martin was the only one doing what he was. They were the people used to represent something. But that wasn't something in my family that we talked about. We talked about Jesus. But we didn't talk about race or what to avoid or what to expect or any teachings on, you know, certain type of people or nothing like that. Good, bad, just nothing.
We admire that. But what we do.
That's a nice thing to see. People need to learn how to talk to people. You gotta encourage before you correct. You know what I mean? Like, let people know you see them, that you're not against them, that you're not warned with. You know, Martin know how to talk to people. Not to say it's gonna go well, but He trying.
Of approach to a defined battle zone.
I got a new one.
What you showing up for, baby? Whew. Can you imagine following someone who hasn't planned out or thought out their leadership? Like they just, we just gonna march today. Like, no!
Come on, get an army. Help me to run this.
Why he look like he looked in that other movie? We did a movie reaction to that. It's not a great one because it was one of my very first movie reactions. So I would suggest it just because it's on the channel, but I would understand if you didn't watch it too.
There were no clearly defined battle zones. The issue was segregation.
Dang. Ooh, why people be so angry, but stuff that ain't got nothing to do with them. Ooh. Look at black people looking all not mad. Look at all the white people looking all mad. Like, they ain't even got nothing to be mad for.
Okay, we about to sit him down. He can't sit. He needs to learn. He don't sit. Sit down.
Wow. So we don't respect our elders. We don't respect, like at the least respect your elders. But I guess, to God be the glory. Jesus. I told y'all, I said, how much is too much until you just pop somebody's side? Oh, I'm telling you.
Goals long since forgotten by progressives and liberals in favor of what they call...
Do y'all understand? Do y'all feel how I feel? Do you know how weird it sounds to say that you're against liberals? People that want freedom? So you are literally calling yourself an oppressor. And don't find nothing wrong with that. Okay, I got you. Just, I hear you. I just don't think you hear yourself. What?
Eyes on the prize, Martin.
Yeah, but what is the prize, friend?
And you never think of him having doubts, or not even doubts, but just, it's not enough. Because when everything is at ground zero, when is it ever enough? Because there's never going to be a situation where you're really helping everybody. Because the way that the system is set up, even if you do progress, there are still people that cannot reach that progression because of what's already happened. Whew, that reality can make it difficult to keep moving because it's like, is this in vain? You know, all of this for what? To still be in a position where we're not where we need to be. But that's why you got people around you.
Power to his life.
Matthew 6, verse 27.
All right.
I need friends like that. Like, I hope and pray that my husband is like that, able to bring me back to my center with Jesus.
Holy shit.
They just get any light-skinned, tall, skinny man to be Malcolm. One thing about it, Malcolm, never mind. This is not the time and place. This is not the time and place.
In refuge, let my being here, Mrs. King, represent the factions that will come if they don't.
And that's smart. That's smart. Because we do remember what they said in Washington. They want Martin just so they ain't got to deal with Malcolm. So, look, let's use what we know.
You don't sound like yourself. You sound tired.
You sound enamored.
Got you coming at me like you crazy. I need you to calm down. How can two walk together unless they agree? Oh, that's where both of them coming from. We need to agree, and you and Malcolm need to agree. But I need you to calm down, because what you ain't got to do is be talking to me like you crazy, like I ain't just walking to a jailhouse. I'll leave you here. Gonna leave you here anyway, but it'll be a different type of leaving. Tell you that. Malcolm, Martin, Jesus. Can't get your name right. don't die, this is not the time. See, I'd be at home like, Daddy, I know you want to protest and all, but in the case things go off, we ain't got time for this. We ain't got time.
Pops. It's all right, Mom. It's gonna be cool.
It's okay.
Jesus, I didn't even know all of this was going on. Oh no, baby. Oh no. Oh Lord. Do you know how traumatized I would be? Well, you know how traumatized your grandparents and everybody else was? And yet, moving forward, which is why they call us strong and proud. And there's a pride. Because how? How do you keep moving on? That is not okay. And then people ask questions like, why are y'all making this a big deal? Or why, like,
Man, you're in the army a spell.
this whole thing is so sad. It's making me want to cry. Oh, y'all know I'm a crybaby. I cry over everything. Not that this is something small, but I'm like, yo, we got the whole rest of this movie to go.
Who abuses the law to terrorize.
And you know how he puts a difference between people that are doing right and people doing wrong? Like, he's not saying every white man, every police, no. Every person that is doing something that goes against. Which is why I hold the posture that I do. It has been in the past difficult to watch certain things like this because it's very easy to put a race at the front of the wrong rather than an individual. So then we have people that completely disagree, there's always people, but you see them as an enemy before you see them for their actual heart posture. And so going through this journey of Black history, it's been difficult and helpful to go through those feelings and to be able to analyze myself because I can't see everybody as wrong just because they look a certain type of way.
On that courthouse, that their name and address is published in the paper. It gives anybody...
That's horrible. What? See? Watching this stuff will educate you on stuff that you ain't even know about. Like what?
Negro, the only way you can vote is if an approved registered voter vouches for you.
I mean, they stacked everything up against these Black people to stop them from getting the rights that they were granted.
In little old Selma, and then go big. Get someone killed and march on the state capitol.
Get someone killed. Oh my gosh, stop talking. Who is this? Which president is this? I know this ain't the president that just went on life support, on hospice care. I know that ain't him. This ain't him, right? I know that ain't him.
Level? The same high level that's been tracking us like animals?
Jesus! Oh, can you define audacity?
Give me J. Edgar Hoover.
Oh, okay, it's Lyndon B. Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson, not Jimmy Carter. I don't know what Jimmy was doing, but we ain't talking about him right now. I just had to get it together. I had to figure it out, because...
I know what you sound like.
Oh, heck no. I tripping. Like, I mean... I'm just so appalled. I'm very appalled.
Say that they will stop the blood running through the hearts of our children.
You think about how hard it could be for his wife, but to hear it expressed, to see the things that she has to deal with just because someone has aimed an attack for whatever reason, government on down, oh no.
if you love any of the others.
What others? Like other girlfriends? Like, what are we talking about? I got questions. Y'all know I'm slow. I got questions. Huh? Is she talking about past or is she talking about present? What? I'm still stuck on Coretta. But we're not gonna ignore the fact they got wiretaps in their house now, which we've known. What my school system did do, the Episcopal school system, well, yeah, because I grew up. So in high school, they were letting us listen to and watch, different things about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, about, what they call conspiracies on how they died in the wiretaps and the government and all the things. So, yeah, I had an enthusiastic Caucasian teacher. Enthusiastic is the word I'll use.
To Montgomery, it is not conducive to traffic flow on Route 80.
Oh my gosh. Shut up! He annoying. He at least give me something with some substance. He just be talking. Just talking.
Why ain't he here? Do you want him here or do you not want him?
Honestly, I don't give a rat's about that man. That's your hero.
You don't seem like you know what you want.
Come again. James, you are so off base with this.
Oh, don't fall apart, young black men.
Really and truly for the people. And the people of Selma chose him.
Come on, clear mind. Open eyes. In the name. You better be free and clear. Unblind your eyes.
For this march you on your own with the Lord and his disciples.
I mean, if I had to pick a side to be on, I'd want to be with the Lord and his disciples. I don't care if you're using that daggone metaphor or whatever. Look, should have used something else. The demon, goblin, something. I don't know. But that wasn't... that didn't age well. It's just crazy how much effort goes into keeping people oppressed that you had to steal in the first place. And then made a set of rules for as though you're God, and then you have people behind you backing up this false impression that you have the right to provide someone with any type of authority to do anything, because the authority that you were given, you were granted. And authority is not power.
Horses and perhaps 100 white spectators.
Oh, they're spectators. Okay. I'll be an agitator. You be a spectator.
Can you swim? Not many swimming pool for black folk.
That's one thing about me. I can't swim, so it'll just be me and the Lord. It will be me and the Lord. But if he said I can move a mountain, I can hold my breath. He can give me breath, make me a fish. Look, help me.
It's Bayard. Everybody there?
Yes.
Turn on CBS right now, Andy.
Right now. You have a TV.
It's bad for traffic. I ain't even on the street. Just be talking. Sorry. But for real, he just be talking. Christ, Lord, my Savior, I don't know how I would have been able to.
Packs and bags went skittering across the grassy divider.
For walking behind not even really a protest, just like, oh my gosh.
A cheer went up from the white spectators lining the south side.
Oh unlawful gathering. Like, what does that even mean? And it makes no sense because the thing is, we want you to leave. So now that you're running and going away from where we told y'all to be, I'm gonna chase you and beat you. For what? It makes no sense. And we have to show just how nasty you are, because it makes no sense.
And can't send troops to Selma, Alabama, to which the need.
Oh, they're gonna make me cry. I'm not gonna cry. I refuse. Ooh. Y'all know I don't like crying on this channel. I cry in a heartbeat. But I be fighting. And you know we have to talk about the fact that old dude that was on Frontlines first time came back to Frontline second time. And that's courage. Y'all know we talked about snack. I ain't want no snack, so I got some McDonald's. Hallelujah. Are you marching with us, are you? Are you, honey?
Wrong goddamn call.
Hey, watch your mouth, young man. 2 days ago, you didn't want to march at all.
Right? I mean, I'm just saying.
Dead.
What?
Chicago, Detroit, Boston. I don't.
Can you imagine how that feels to call people to come do something for you? You end up not doing it once you get there, and then it causes people to die that didn't do anything but show up.
Unless you act, sir.
You better talk with your chest, Martin. Talk with your chest.
Nah, I won't do it. We need voting, not marching. You know that.
Was this common knowledge? Like, did y'all know that there became a time that he didn't want to march? Like, he felt like marching was not what needed to be done? Did y'all know that? I didn't know that.
The 5-day march from Selma to Montgomery has been approved accordingly.
You better approve us, Judge. You better approve us. He said we got the right to march because y'all tripping and been tripping and been tripping.
You want people remembering you saying wait or I can't or
So you gonna tell him what Martin just told you? Well, better late than never.
Elections. Federal, state, and local.
I mean, about time. Thank God. It's a win. But it would be such an annoying win because it's like you could have did this a long time ago. Like you had to wait for us to be beaten and battered, televised for you to do something that you could have did when I reached out. I don't know how long ago. I guess.
I know you want to live to see the fruits of all this work. I know you do.
Malcolm and Martin. It's something to do so much and not be able to see the fruition of what you've done. And none of these close generations will ever be able to see the fruition because there are still problems to be solved that continue to show themselves in random acts of random violence. And it's like, I thought we got past that. Obviously not. 10 steps back type, but I think they know. This can be so beautiful when evil is set aside. Because the first march could have been beautiful, you know? We have people smiling, living life. And that's how it is a lot of times. Before bad things happen, there's such a peace. There's such a... It's not like it was bad the whole time.
We are here, and we ain't gonna let nobody.
Hey, Harry. Ain't that Harry Belafonte?
We know the truth, and we will go forward to.
That's
unrighteousness, and the darkness gives way to the light of righteousness.
I'm gonna have to look these people up. I've heard about John Lewis, for sure.
Lee Jackson or James Reed.
Bye.
You may ask, when will we be free of this darkness?
It's so crazy to me, the evil of the world. It really is. But
Glory. Hands to the heavens, no man knows.
These images are gorgeous. Like, when you really think about how you capture a time period, even with the slight lack of sharpness in these shots, the softness.
But all just ain't specific enough. One son died, his spirit is revisiting us.
And Oprah better act. She don't be doing nothing else, she be acting. Y'all, that was Selma. You know, there's so much education I really need to provide for myself. I have been doing better. But I love the insight that this gave that I hadn't had before. Knowing things that I didn't know before. Even just simple things. You know what I mean? It really provides a view of the reason it's so serious. Like, we know it's serious, but you don't feel the seriousness if you're ignorant to what happened and what's going on. And the direct people that it impacted. Not just the race it impacted, the people. So, this is just great. It is Black History Month, so we still got some more that we, gonna come out with. We're about to do Judas, the Black Messiah. So stay tuned for that. I love y'all with the love of Jesus. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you know when I post a new video. We are on the road to 400 subscriptions. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. I love y'all with the love of Jesus. Peace.